Here we go. So Middleton Patel starts in goal. Sandberg, Janssen, Letitia, Riviere across the back four. In midfield, Ziggiatti, Miyazawa, and Awujo. Awujo gets to start today. And then up front, we've got Rolfo, Mallard, and Toon. So Rendell, George, Blundell, Park, Turlin, Galton, Nelson, and Williams are on the bench. So an interesting change, an interesting lineup today for the ladies. We're rocking the white shirts today with the purple shorts. I don't think I've seen the ladies wear the white yet. I think this is new, so or new for them this season anyway. Anyway, here we go, about to kick off. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Here we go. UEFA Champions League, UEFA Women's Champions League, Wolfsburg versus Manchester United. Manchester United, as I said, in the white and purple, Wolfsburg in their home green. There's a foul right there on Pop by Ziggiatti just across the halfway line. Ziggiatti set the tone early. And just so you know, so right now, Manchester United, we are in third place. So we're tied on points with Barcelona and Lyon, 9 points, right? In terms of the Women's Champions League. But we're in third place because of goal differential. Wolfsburg are in, I think, seventh place. So yeah, if you were new, please hit the like button. If you were also new, I don't know why I said new, hit the like button. If hit the like button, please. If you're new, please subscribe. That's what I was trying to say. Let me know your score predictions too. Let's go ahead and get that poll in the chat. Or that question in the chat. Let's see. What is your score prediction? Looks like Awujo got dumped to the turf there. A shove in the back from the Wolfsburg player. So free kick to Manchester United. Letitia over to Janssen. Janssen to Sandberg. Sandberg to Rolfo. Rolfo back to Sandberg. What do you guys think of the lineup? What do you think of this? Park's on the bench. Turlin's on the bench. Obviously, Fallon is injured, so she's not going to play. Skinner said it might be, excuse me, after the international break when Fallon comes back to us. So obviously we got Middleton Patel back there, who's good with her feet, struggles a bit in the air. Here comes Sandberg down the left-hand side. Promising attack. She's stopped by the Wolfsburg defender, out for a throw-in for Manchester United. I was calling a 2-1 in this game. I think United wins 2-1. Because the thing with Wolfsburg is that they've scored, what, 7 goals in their 3 matches? But they've also allowed 4. Whereas we scored 4, allowed 1. Um, so we got the better defensive record. Obviously, they got the better offensive record. I kind of feel like we should actually pin them back and attack, as opposed to trying to counter their offensive threat. I think we should just come with our own offensive threat and just pin them in. Ziggiatti with the corner into the box. Keeper comes to collect. She clears her lines and throws it out to her left back for Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg come down to our right hand side. The player ran into a cul-de-sac, gave the ball up to Manchester United. So Letitia has it over to Janssen. As you know, Janssen spent 5 years at Wolfsburg, so it's a bit of a homecoming for her. A little bit of loose pass from Toon there. Toon was looking for Riviere, but the Wolfsburg player got there first, played it out for a throw in for Manchester United. Riviere throws it down line. Another throw in for Manchester United, deeper into Wolfsburg territory. I don't know if you guys watched the press conference that Skinner did, but I feel like there was very much like a refocused energy, right? To the press conference. And I like that. I like that kind of refocused kind of feeling, that refocused kind of vibe that Skinner's putting out there. But he's right though. I mean, he said it, and Jensen said it too. We definitely need more numbers. There we go. Sorry, my camera was jiggling a bit there. There we go. Here's Rolfo. Sandberg on the overlap. Cross blocked. Wolfsburg have it in their own corner, not out of danger yet. Sandberg stuffs them. So Wolfsburg have a deep throw in. Hope we can pin them in here. But anyway, as I was saying though, yeah, like Janssen was asked about, United, are they running out of steam? Um, having played more games and whatnot. And so, I kind of feel like you can see a little bit. There's some legginess for sure in the players. I'm glad that some other players are kind of getting worked back in. So like, I'm glad that Awujo's playing more. Um, I'm glad that we're kind of rotating a little bit because we have to rotate with what we have. Um, I just think we definitely do need more bodies though. But as Janssen said, quality over quantity. Don't want to get players just for the sake of getting players. We want to get good players. And the one area that I would say that we need more players to be good at, so to say, is like we need more athletic players. If you watch like teams like Lyon, Barcelona, they've got a few players who are just like, obviously good, solid technically, but just like boss athletes. I think we need a little bit more of that. That's a foul, referee. That's definitely a foul. Come on. Riviere is hacked down from behind, holding her right ankle at the moment. Three one to Wolfsburg. I hope not. I don't think so. I think 2-1 United. Pop just fouled Riviere, who's still in pain down here. That's not good. Physio's on the pitch now. This is not good. Riviere usually gets back up pretty quick, so she's down, and now the physios are on the pitch. So this is not a good sign at all. Yeah, she's in pain. I think she's done. I think Riviere's done already. Sorry, I'm just tweeting as Riviere's down and getting some treatment. She's still down at the moment. Now she's up, walking off under her own power. Slowly. I think she's gonna try and stay on, which is good. Ziggiati, ball into the box. Mallard wins the first header. Cleared away slightly. Oh, offsides. Offsides called by the referee. Remember, this is the UEFA Women's Champions League, so there is VAR in this competition. There is no VAR WSL, but in the UWCL, there is VAR. So hopefully we won't need it. Just so you know. Riviere is back on the pitch. Hopefully she can run off that knock. Wolfsburg trying to play out of the back here. Good passing so far from Wolfsburg. Switch the point of attack. Wolfsburg come across the halfway line. That pass is cut by Ziggiatti, but that falls to another Wolfsburg player who tries to dump it in. That deflects. Manutd Patel comes out to collect. So that was kind of the first warning shot from Wolfsburg there. They came out with that. Oof. Oof. That was dangerous. Manutd Patel almost got caught on the ball just now on like the 6-yard box. Sorry, I like lost myself for a minute there. Almost jumped out of my skin because I thought we were about to give away a dumb goal. Wolfsburg, their attack looked pretty good just now. And obviously they scored 7 goals in 3 matches, so they know how to attack. If Toon brought that down, she could have had a shot on goal. Wolfsburg had the ball now. Wolfsburg coming forward, looking for options. That's put out of play by Rolfo. It's a throw in for Wolfsburg at the halfway line. Oof. I didn't like that attack from Wolfsburg. I didn't like that attack. That was very, I mean, it looked good from a neutral perspective, but it looked dangerous. That's worrying. That was worrying. Miyazawa breaks up the play from Wolfsburg, decides to thump it clear up the line. Wolfsburg take back control. They play it back to their center back, and they go back to their keeper. Here comes Wolfsburg down our right-hand side, down line. Letitia challenging. Wolfsburg still on it. Wolfsburg plays a 3-ball. Cross into the box. Swing and a miss by the attacker. Second ball, follow-up shot. Oh, off the crossbar from Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg are relentless right now. Oh, my goodness. See, this is worrying. This is worrying. Like, who is supposed to be guarding that back post? Yeah, that's worrying. Goal kick for Manchester United, fortunately. But that Wolfsburg attack looks dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous. Like, wow. A little tussle in the middle of the pitch for the goal kick. Ball still bouncing around. Both teams trading headers. Mallard now. That should have been a handball, I thought. Referee may have missed that one. Good strong header from Riviere to put the Wolfsburg player on her butt with that header. I think Ziggiatti got fouled. Let's see the replay here. Yeah, that's a foul on Ziggiatti. Should be a free kick to Manchester United. Ziggiatti over to take. Sandberg and Ziggiatti standing over the free kick. Sandberg takes it this time into the box. Headed up by Wolfsburg. Still not out of danger. Now headed almost clear. Not quite. Awujo collects. No, Mallard collects. Apologies. Detissier goes back to Riviere, who's furthest back. Ziggiatti out to Toon. That looks like Rolfo on it. Yep. Some nice passing for Manchester United at the moment. Toon tried to force that ball through to Rolfo. Probably not the best choice, but Ziggiatti recovers. Riviere. Rolfo. Ziggiatti. Inside to Toon. Toon, turn, look. Miyazawa. Some good possession here from Manchester United. Trying to find a way through Wolfsburg defense. Good dribbling. Good dribbling from Mallard. Oh, header. 1-0. Let's go. 1-0. Rolfo, Miss Champions League. That's what I call her. Miss Champions League. Miss Champions League strikes again. That's right. 1-0 Manchester United. Some of you know, like, that's my name for Rolfo, Miss Champions League. She seems to find the goal in these Champions League matches. That's her right there. Boom. Like, almost like a carbon copy of the last goal she scored. Header, perfect, bullet, boom. Signed, sealed, delivered. 1-0 Manchester United. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wolfsburg attacking outside of our box at the moment. Wolfsburg trying to respond. Ball into the box. Headed away by Ziggiatti. Ball in again. Pop met the ball. Goal kick for Manchester United. Wolfsburg are not laying down on this one. They're not laying down. They're going to come after us. Oh, it wasn't Pop. That was number 9 for Wolfsburg. Berenstein. Berenstein. Whew. 1-0. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Wolfsburg going back to their goalkeeper, or not. Was it offsides? We should call a foul. Okay, foul. Never mind. I thought play was continuing. There was a foul there. Wolfsburg working across their back line, looking for options. Wolfsburg coughs it up. Ball out of bounds. Throw in Manchester United. Let's go. Riviere going down line. Looking for Mallard. Doesn't quite come off. Wolfsburg trying to clear it. Can't quite clear it. Wolfsburg managed to get out of that sequence of play with a throw in. It's Champions League, baby. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Riviere is holding her face, looks like. Wolfsburger played on, though. The referee hasn't stopped the match. Oh, poor clearance from Manutd Patel. Shh. 1-1. So, okay. Okay. I got a problem with this, right? Riviere goes down, holding her face. She's holding her face. Wolfsburg play on. The referee doesn't stop the match. Letitia cuts off the pass, plays it back to Manutd Patel, who just makes a mess of it with the clearance, passes it right to a Wolfsburg player who takes a beautiful finish. I mean, nothing away from that finish. That was a beautiful finish from about 18 yards out, top of the box from Wolfsburg. I don't know what Manutd Patel was thinking with that clearance, though. That was Pettimores from Wolfsburg. I don't know what Manutd Patel was thinking with that clearance. Like, I was just saying she was good with her feet. She showed that she was decent with her feet in the last couple matches. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that clearance was. But Riviere is still down. She's being treated again by the physios, holding her face. She got elbowed in the face. Okay. They got to call this one back. They got to call this one back. She was fouled in the buildup to the play. Not only was she elbowed in the face, it was like a handball from the player from Wolfsburg, from Berenstein. So they've got to. They need to look at that. They need to look at that. This needs to be looked at. Riviere is still down, by the way, and she's in some serious pain. I guess you're not gonna look at it, but I mean, I don't know how you don't look at that. That was a foul leading up to the play, leading up to the goal. That was a foul. That was a foul. She was elbowed in the face, and she's still down at the moment. I don't know how you don't. I don't know how you don't pull that back. I don't know how you don't pull that back. Tell me what you guys think, but that's an absolute foul to me. Sorry, I'm just angry tweeting at the moment. That's a foul. Everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul. Okay, VAR is checking now. VAR is checking. They got to pull that back because you can't. All right, referee's talking to the TCA, and they gave the goal. What? That's BS. That's BS. I mean, like, I get, okay, she's holding her face and not her head, but it's a foul nonetheless. That's what I understand. It's a foul. Like, if I if I elbow the opposing player in the face and my team goes on to win the ball, and then my team goes on to score for that play, that gets looked at. Apparently, VAR looked at it and said it wasn't a foul, but you could see from the replay it was a clear elbow to her face. And now Sandberg is down. Like, she got elbowed in the face, looks like, too. Like, come on. Come on, referee. Get a hold of this match. Anyway, we play on. We play on. We're resilient. We'll bounce back. Because that's crap, honestly, from the referee there. That's crap. Anyway, Wolfsburg trying to play through us. A little bit of a loose ball in the midfield there. Janssen takes over at the bottom of the center circle, pops it over to Riviere, who's back on the pitch. Miyazawa fouled. She she stepped on her foot and took her shoe off. Like, referee, get a hold of the match. Like, you need to put one of them on a yellow card from Wolfsburg to kind of show that you still have control over this. Too many fouls on our players. The TCA restarts. Riviere back to the TCA. Like, and I'm particularly annoyed about it because, like, we have a thin squad, right? So I'm particularly annoyed about all these fouls because at some point one of our girls is not going to get back up from it, and we're going to be down to the player. So the refs got to get a hold of this. Milton Till at the top of her box, out to Janssen over the Sandberg. Sandberg to Toon. Toon the Rolfo. Rolfo mishandles it out of bounds. Throw in to Wolfsburg. Or should I say Foulsburg? Down line, Rafa intercepts. Wolfsburg on the ball. They go long. Janssen wins that header. Wolfsburg wins the second ball and the third, brings it down. Wolfsburg coming down our right hand side. Awujo out to challenge. I can tell Riviera is pissed now. Like she's going in a little bit hard on some of these challenges. I would be too. Like you've been chopped down twice this game and no cards or nothing. So Ziggiatti with a nice tackle there too. I feel like this is going to start to get a little chippy here. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I like a little, a little bit in the game, but not the outright fouls though from on our players. Wolfsburg take over the ball in the center of the park. Wolfsburg going down line. Bernstein and versus Sandberg. Sandberg pokes it out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. I just feel like this game is just turned up a level here. Um, just given some of the play, some of the challenges that I see going in. At the moment, obviously it is 1-1. 51% possession in favor of Manchester United, so very much even. Although Wolfsburg had 4 shots, United have only had one. One shot at target on piece. Corner kick in from Wolfsburg. Again, they're targeting Middleton Patel. They watched City's playbook. They are targeting her. They're dumping the ball right on top of her. Wolfsburg come away with the ball. They recycle to their center backs who are standing at the halfway line. Wolfsburg swinging it out to their right hand side. Sandberg intercepts the pass, finds Awujo in the middle of the park. Awujo looking for options. It goes back to Sandberg. Sandberg back to Awujo, trying to work their way out of that little pocket of space there. Rafa goes back to Sandberg. Sandberg goes back to Janssen. Janssen back to Middleton Patel. Middleton Patel inside to Miyazawa. Miyazawa to Ziggiatti. Ziggiatti needs to play it quickly. Wolfsburg pressure was on her. Leticia recovers the somewhat loose ball from Ziggiatti. Ziggiatti again to Riviere. Riviere under a lot of pressure there. Finds her way out of it. Finds Janssen. Wolfsburg pressing high and hard. Not letting us out of our half at the moment. Riviere. Riviere finds a nice pass to Ziggiatti. Ziggiatti spins. Miyazawa comes across the center circle. Little 1-2. Nice. Miyazawa, keep it, keep it, keep it. Wolfsburg take it over. Ball's back with Manchester United. Riviere on the ball. Ziggiatti. Ziggiatti to Toon. Toon to Rolfo. Rolfo to Sandberg. Sandberg back inside to Toon. Toon. Rolfo come to that pass. Sandberg. Man, Wolfsburg are all over us right now. They are all over us. Like, not a moment to breathe. Miyazawa loses the ball. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Thank you. Absolutely not a foul. Play on. Play on. I don't care if she's hurt. Play on. That's what they did to us when we had a face injury. She's holding her ankle. Play on. TCA, Miyazawa, Toon, Sandberg. Sandberg still cleared by Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg come down the other way. Wolfsburg swing to the other side, but it's a misplaced pass out of bounds for a throw in to Manchester United. Throw in Riviere. Sandberg looking for Rolfo. Rolfo does well. Toon. Toon crowded out in the midfield there. Wolfsburg take it over. By the way, please smash the like button if you are watching. Please subscribe if you are new. Would very much appreciate a few likes at the moment. Dangerous passing from Wolfsburg. Barely got away with it, passing across their own box, their own 6 yard. Wolfsburg swinging it from side to side. Trying to get forward. Still can't find a way through our defense. Wolfsburg hoofs it long. They connect with Berenstein. Wolfsburg march forward and gain ground on Manchester United. Wolfsburg come across the halfway line. Referee, come on. Riviera kicked again. She's on her feet still, but come on, referee. Sugiati back to Leticia. Leticia over to Riviera. Nice pass to Miyazawa. Can't quite get on it. Wolfsburg have the ball now. Wolfsburg has switched to point of attack. Going down line, down their right-hand side. Janssen comes away with the ball. That's going to be a battle between Janssen and Bernstein. Riviere. Riviere tries to find Mallard. Forces the Wolfsburg center back to play out of bounds. So a throw-in a decent position deep into Wolfsburg territory. Long throw from Riviere into the box. Ruffalo tries to flick on. The ball somehow finds its way back to Riviere's feet. Riviere puts it into the box. Far post. Mallard, flick on. Goalkeeper collects. Johannes rolls it out. Back to Johannes' feet. Here comes Wolfsburg out of their box. Wolfsburg go back to Johannes, their keeper. She hoofs it long and out of bounds for a Manchester United throw-in. I tell you what, this is like this match. If you're not able to watch it, it is just it's a fast-paced match. It's a fast-paced match. I wouldn't quite call it end to end, just yet, but there's been some quick passing, some quick movement. It very much feels like a high-speed chess match at this moment in time. Throwing from Riviere. Ball finds its way back to Riviere. Riviere now under heavy pressure from Wolfsburg. It's a foot race now between Letitia and Bergstein. Letitia gets it back to Milton Patel. Letitia looks a little bit frustrated at Milton Patel, who finally gets it away. The problem right now that I'm seeing with Milton Patel is her positioning. I think Letitia and Janssen are used to Milton Patel, are used to Fallon being in a certain spot. Milton Patel is taking up different angles, so the back passes are dodgy at best. It's a corner kick now to Wolfsburg. Abuja came back to play some defense and put the ball out for a corner kick to Wolfsburg. So, yeah, I hope Fallon comes back soon. Nothing against Milton Patel, but like you can see some of the nerves and maybe inexperience coming through. Um, just because some of the back passes have been a little bit dodgy, and it's not that they were bad back passes from Leticia or Janssen. It was just that Milton Patel's angle wasn't quite right. Again, they dumped the corner on top of Milton Patel, and it is knocked out for another corner kick from the opposite side for Wolfsburg. Let's see that again. That should be a goal kick for Manchester United. Yeah, no, that should be a goal kick for Manchester United. Referee missed that one again. Referee missed that one. I don't know how that's okay. Okay. They corrected it. Whew. Okay. I was about to go in on the referee again, but they corrected it. Goal kick Manchester United out Riviere. Oh man. Pop on the ball. Out wide. Wolfsburg coming down our right hand side. Leticia shoved off the ball. Wolfsburg still have it. Mallard came in with a full-fledged, full-blooded attack, shoulder into the back of the Wolfsburg player. You could tell Mallard is getting quite frustrated, um, probably from not getting as much of the ball, and to probably put one back on Pop, who hurt and fouled and should have got a yellow card um, for her challenge on Riviere earlier. Ball in from Wolfsburg, headed clear by Janssen, but not quite. Wolfsburg recover, still outside the edge of the box. Where did that come from? What? How? I, I don't even know what to say about that goal just now that Wolfsburg just scored. The shot came from probably like, what, 30 yards out? 28 yards out from Pettimore's? And somehow Middle Patel doesn't see it and it goes side net? Like, what the actual hell? And here they come again. Middle Patel comes out to collect this time. Oh, we need Fallon back, man. We need Fallon back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. J2387. Exactly what I was just saying. We need Fallon back. I'm sorry. I know Safi's she's trying to do her best back there, but she ain't ready yet, man. She's not ready yet. Because honestly, she's at fault and a half for both those goals. If I'm being honest, the first one a poor clearance. Again, her angle was wrong on the back pass from Leticia, so she cleared it right to a Wolfsburg player. Uh, Play the ball. No, don't get the. Did she not get a shout that she had a man on in the box? What is happening to our team? What is happening? It wasn't a goal, by the way. Sorry if you're listening and not watching. It wasn't a goal, but it was like Riviere was on the ball, thought she had all day, and there's a Wolfsburg player right on her back in the box, in our own box. And the Wolfsburg player nicked it away. Could have been 3-1. Like did no one shout and say, "Hey, man on"? I know there's still more to play. It's 40th minute. There's still a whole another half. There's still 5 or probably 10 minutes in this half because of the stoppages we've had. But this is not going the right way. Ball in from Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg still in the ball. Ziggy comes in with a nice tackle, tries to run it out. She's still with it. Oh, she slipped on her pass, looking for Miyazawa, making a deep run. Wolfsburg back on it. Goalkeeper Johannes on it. Mallard intercepts. Rolfo Awujo in the box. Come on, we're forcing passes. We're forcing passes. Like I've seen Toon do it. I've seen Awujo do it. We force some passes that aren't on. So we need to cut it back and go the other way, but we're forcing passes, and I don't know why we're forcing passes at times and giving away possession in good areas. Arujo now, Ziggiati, Riviere. We've set up shop in Wolfsburg's half. The TCA goes back Milton Patel, who's way outside of her box, almost to the center circle. Janssen goes long, tries to fine tune, doesn't quite come off. Wolfsburg dump it out for a throw in from Manchester United. That's good pressure from Mallard. Rolfo. That's a foul, referee. Come on. So free kick at the corner at the edge of the box. Again, good play from Mallard. Yellow card. Finally. Finally. I didn't know she even brought him to the match today, the referee. Finally a yellow card. Like I thought she might have left them at home or something. Her cards, you know? That was smart play from Mallard to win that free kick. Yeah, Idina, yeah. She's not. She's not. Sap is not. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I hate to, but she's not ready for it. Like her positioning is off on the back passes. Like her angle, you know what I mean? Like her angle isn't right for Leticia and for Janssen to pass the ball back to her. And then on that second goal, I don't know. Like I guess she didn't see the ball come through, but still, like it was a long shot. It was a well placed shot, but it wasn't like it was a rocket. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was a rocket. Yeah, that first goal, yeah, first goal. But even the second one, like I said, the second one, it wasn't a rocket. It was a well placed shot. But it wasn't like it wasn't like it was a laser from 30 yards out. It was just anyway. Ziggiati took a shot there on the free kick, had some speed on it, but wasn't really placed anywhere dangerous. So Johannes easily caught that one. She rolls it out to her left center back, who goes up the pitch with it. The TCA plays it out safely for a throw in for Wolfsburg about halfway into Manchester United territory. And Adina, sorry for mispronouncing your name, but I don't know if you saw it, but like Leticia a couple times, like kind of like threw up her hands at Milita Patel because she was again at the wrong angle for the back pass from her. So it's frustrating. But then at the other end of the pitch, Toon and um, who else did I say? I think Awujo were kind of forcing passes that shouldn't be forced. So we're giving up possession in what could be dangerous areas. A little bit of a loose ball situation here in the middle of the pitch. A little back and forth. Wolfsburg come away with it again. Dangerous ball from Wolfsburg from a deep kind of cross, I guess I would call it, from Pop, but didn't quite come off. Miyazawa getting fouled. Thank you, referee. Milton Patel is scaring me. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to mispronounce anyone's name. Long shot for. Oh my god. 3-1 Wolfsburg. She shot it from like 22 yards out. Top corner. Milton Patel can't get there. Oh my goodness. We need to change goalkeepers at halftime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to go in. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to bring that. Oh my goodness. 3-1. 4 minutes of stoppage time. I'm surprised it's only 4 minutes. Surprised it's not more than 4 minutes given the stoppages we had for Riviere a couple times. 3-2. 3-2. Mallard. Let's go. 3-2. Game's still on. Game's still on. 3-2. 3-2. Let's go. Well, this blows my score prediction out of the water. I said 2-1 to United. It is 3-2 in the first freaking half. So, oh my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. That was a very acrobatic shot from Mallard. Caught the goalkeeper off guard. I'm sure she wasn't expecting her to shoot that. 3-2. 3-2. Somehow, some way. We still got 2 minutes left to play of stoppage time in the first half here. It's a throw in deep into Manchester United territory for Wolfsburg. Oof. And Wuja coming away with it. Finds Toon. Toon, find Mallard. Come on. Come on. Mallard is in the box. Tried to keep going. Jigiati recovers out of bounds for a throw for Manchester United. Deflects off of a Wolfsburg player. I wish that pass from Toon wasn't on the outside of the defender. I wish it was more of a direct pass because I feel like she had the angle to kind of hit Mallard straight on into her stride as opposed to trying to go around that defender there. I think it's a difficult pass, but if he could have pulled it up, I think would have put Mallard in a better position. Throw in from Riviere here into the box. Zigiazzi is outpaced to it by the Wolfsburg player. Wolfsburg player goes down the line. Sandberg in a foot race out of bounds for a, or she called a foul. I can't tell what the referee called just now. Yellow card to Sandberg, which is a bit of a joke. I don't know where the yellow card is there. That's a horrible call. That's a horrible call from the referee. Wow. I don't know where the yellow card is there on Sandberg. Anyway, Wolfsburg are dumping it into the corner. Looks like 4 minutes are up with stoppage time. Bergstein tried to get to it. Miyazawa, Rolfo, Toon. Referee blows the whistle for halftime. So that is halftime in Manchester United versus Wolfsburg. Uh, oh my goodness. Let me stop this timer first. Let me get it set up for the second half, and then we'll chat. So 3-2. 3-2 to Wolfsburg at the half. Rolfo Mallard scored for Manchester United. Bernstein and Pindemors score. Pindemors with 2 for Wolfsburg. Let me first go through some stats. Let me hit refresh on my phone here, so apologies for me looking down. Um, Again, the possession still pretty much even, 51% in favor of Manchester United, 49% in favor of Wolfsburg. Let's just call that even. 8 shots for Wolfsburg, 4 for Manchester United. 1 yellow card apiece. Again, wasn't sure the referee even brought them with her to the match until she finally showed one to the Wolfsburg player. 3 shots on target for Wolfsburg, 4 shots on target for Manchester United. Wolfsburg hit the woodwork once. Shots inside the box, 4 for Wolfsburg, 3 for United. Shots outside the box, 4 for Wolfsburg, 1 for United. So they're shooting. Touches inside the box, 10 for Wolfsburg, 5 for Manchester United. Now, all that said, we started out the match on the front foot, which is what I was hoping. I think we caught Wolfsburg off guard a bit. And we got the first goal through Rolfo, Miss Champions League, as I call her. Nice header, almost a carbon copy of her last goal. But then, Manutd Patel Saf kind of, she did not do us any favors on that first goal. Her angle was wrong on the back pass from Letitia. And so she made a mess of the clearance, kicked it right to a Wolfsburg player who, I mean, I got to call it like I see it, had a beautiful finish. Had a beautiful finish. So, crap pass, crap handling from Manutd Patel. But good finish from the Wolfsburg player. I got to call it like I see it. So you say, okay, 1-1, game on. Manutd Patel, that was a mistake. She'll shake it off. Okay, we move, right? Then it was a long range shot from Pindemors from Wolfsburg. And the only thing I can think is that Manutd Patel just didn't see it. It was a well placed shot on target, but it wasn't like it was a rocket. It was maybe, 24, 25 yards out. So it was a long range shot. And again, a solid, decent effort, like a 6 out of 10, maybe. It wasn't like it was some amazing curl. I think, honestly, the first finish was better because the curve on it was a bit more. That second finish, I mean, that second goal from Wolfsburg, again, I guess Manutd Patel was just unsighted or something. That's the only thing I can think of. She was unsighted, and the ball is in the back of the net. So you think, okay, is this going to be one of those games where we just get absolutely trounced here? And then it got worse. Then it was a goal from Bernstein. Again, long range shot. Manutd Patel just can't get there. Just can't get there. And again, now it's 3-1. Ball in the back of the net. And then Mallard kind of spares our blushes here a bit. And if you've been watching, you see Mallard working. If you haven't been watching, Mallard has done a lot off the ball for us. She's made some good runs. She's won us some fouls in some dangerous places. She's come back and helped out defensively. So honestly, my player of the match so far, probably for Manchester United, is Mallard. She's done a lot for us off the ball, as well as attacking on the ball. So she's probably my player of the match. She did get the assist for Rolfo's goal and then scored a goal of her own. So she's got a goal and assist as well. Um, I just, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I'm just a little bit concerned about getting into this shootout with Wolfsburg, who have scored a lot of goals in their last few games. I mean, what they're on what 10 goals now in 4 games. That's not a bad stat, you know. I mean, so and I this is what I was worried about. I was worried about getting into a shootout with them. If you watch my match preview, I said either we smash and grab, or we stay defensive and nick a goal, and we just stay wary of Wolfsburg's attacking threat, or we go all out and try to attack and pin them back. I did say we should go all out and try to attack and pin them back, but I wasn't expecting us to concede goals so easily also. Um, I mean, if it wasn't for a couple bad mistakes, I mean, it'd be 2-1, right? Honestly, it probably should be 2-0. Because again, that goal from Bernstein, I mean, look, great strike, but I don't know. Manutd Patel just couldn't get there. Like she saw it, she saw it all the way. Just I think just that lack of height just hurts her a little bit, you know. Um, so yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. The girl gaffer says that Sandberg on a yellow card will be an issue. Yeah, no, that will be an issue. Um, because now they're going to target her. They're going to target her side for sure to try to get her sent off. I mean, who wouldn't, right? You got a defender on a yellow card. You start dribbling at them. Um, so she's going to be careful. Didn't Rolf? No, didn't Rolfo play left back? Didn't she play left back a bit at Barcelona? Or was it right back? I can't remember now. I'm just trying to think if we had to rotate someone into that position for Sandberg. Um. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Um. And by the way, please do hit the like button if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it, and subscribe if you are new. Um. Yeah, I don't know what changes I would make other than maybe giving the other keeper a run. But then it's like if you pull if you pull the keeper now, that's just going to absolutely destroy her confidence. Like it's already low having conceded 3 goals and a half, but like that absolutely destroys her confidence. And then you worry about a player's longer term development when that happens to them. Some players bounce back from it. Some players that just kind of puts them on the path to falling down to lower leagues. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to ask just then. Like, who comes on the second half? You know, I'm looking at the team right now on my phone here, just trying to see. Um, and like I was saying, you know, do you pull Manutd Patel? You know, a huge shot to her confidence that would be, but we got to win games, and I don't know. I mean, I've not seen Rendell play. I don't know. I don't know. Um, so I know Gabby George. I know she filled in at left back. I think for Sandberg before, but I don't know if I like her at left back. I think I like George more at center back. So I don't know if I'd put her at left back. Can Blundell play left back? I know she usually comes on at right back. Can she play left back? Maybe. Um, maybe even Galton at left back. Maybe. We saw her put in some good tackles against Atletico Madrid and do some, you know, do well. Maybe we kind of play a bit more of a wing back kind of situation where we push Riviere and we put Galton at left back and kind of push them a bit more forward. Maybe they try and pin Wolfsburg back a little bit more. Hmm. Hmm. You know, honestly though, what I would do, and this might be a shock to some of you though, I I would put Park on for Tune. That's what I would do. Um, assuming Sandberg stays on, assuming that we keep Military Patel in the net, in the goal. If there was a change outside of that, I think I'd bring on Park to replace Tune. I don't think Tune's getting much joy in the middle of the park, in the middle of the pitch. I think she's getting crowded off of it too quickly, and I don't think she's quite quick enough to escape some of those situations that she's getting put in at the moment, at least in this match. Um, I think Park might have a little bit more trickery, a little bit more shiftiness to draw some fouls off of some Wolfsburg players, relieve some pressure, play that final killer pass to play, Mallard or even a Wujo who's pushing up through onto goal. Yeah, Danny, yeah, Galton is good. Sorry, I just saw your message there. I was my tablet was covering that part of the screen. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I had to sub off Sandberg because of the yellow card, if I were thought to, I think I'd put Galton back there at left back actually. Crazy, I know, maybe call me crazy, but that's what I would do. And then like I said, I would take off Toon and put Park on. And then I would kind of see what that does for us because I don't want to blow all my subs at the halftime. Um, and then we'll see how Riviere's holding up because they keep kicking her and fouling her down. So might have to see Blundell on at some point. Um, you know, hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah. Scratch my head on that one. Let me know what you guys think. Who you guys would what changes you would make. Looks like Juventus. Were they up 3-0, 4-0? Oh my goodness! Wait, what am I seeing? Is this right? Is that right? Hold on. No way. Let me just pull up the scores from the other matches. Juventus are beating Lyon 3-0 at halftime. I did not see that coming. Lyon looked unstoppable when I saw them play a couple times. So the fact that Juventus are beating them 3-0, I guess that's why you play the game, right? Anyone can be beaten on any day, I guess. But I am surprised at that scoreline. Juventus 3, Lyon nil, halftime. I don't see any red cards or anything like that. And that's their starting lineup for the most part. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Funny old game, huh? Funny old game. Because I literally said it in my match preview. I was like, we are tied for 9 points with Lyon and with Barcelona. And I was like, we have to win this match because I don't see Barcelona or Lyon losing anytime soon. And sure enough, it is 3-0 to Juventus over Lyon at halftime. There's a whole other half to play, but but that's the thing too, right? So that's what makes this game even more of like we should win this. We have to push to win this because if Lyon lose as they're doing right now to Juventus and we win, that puts us what, second place, I think, right? I think that would put us in second place. Let me see. Let me see the standings here. Yeah, if we were to somehow win today, yeah, yeah, that would put us momentarily in first actually until Barcelona play. That put us in first place, I believe. Yeah, 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 yeah. These are live. These are live. I know Google was doing something funky for a while where the women's sports weren't getting updated and they weren't putting out like the lineups and stats and live standings, live table. But as it currently stands, Lyon, Barcelona, Juventus, Manchester United, and Wolfsburg, those five teams all have 9 points according to the live scoreboard, the live table. Now, if we turn this around and we win, and Juventus continue to beat Lyon, that would put us on 12 points, Lyon on 9, Barcelona, who have yet to play, on 9, and Juventus on 9, and Wolfsburg they would stay at what, 6 it is? Yeah. So we could go top of the table at least until Barcelona play if we win this match. I think Barcelona play tomorrow. Barcelona play Chelsea tomorrow, so it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. But we have to play. The girls are out for the second half. Let me get my timer ready. Mallard opting for the gloves for this half because it's cold there. It's cold. It's like 3 degrees Celsius there. All right, here we go. Yeah, exactly, Dina. Yeah, we can't concede any more stupid goals. Manchester United on the I was gonna say on the attack, but Rolfo misplaced the pass to Sandberg and that went out for a Wolfsburg throw in. The rain continues to come down and it's 3 degrees Celsius, which is like what 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Janssen is deemed to foul Berenstein there. No card shown, rightfully so. Free kick, Wolfsburg, they restart by going back to their keeper. I don't think there were any changes, by the way. Let me see. Let me just refresh here. Yeah, I don't see any changes thus far. So it is as we were with the starting 11. And I believe same for Wolfsburg. The pop is down at the moment for Wolfsburg, so might. Let's see. Oh, she's on her feet. Okay. Limping, though. On her feet, limping, grimacing. Riviere taking the throw into the box. Headed away by Wolfsburg, but not clear. Riviere on it again. Toon. Toon tries the back heel that comes off of the Wolfsburg player. Toon looking to throw the ball in. Wolfsburg take it over, but they play it out of bounds. Throw in Manchester United. A little argument about where the throw in should be taken. Throwing it down the line from Riviere. Goal kick, Wolfsburg. Oh man, I feel like I'm like that meme where the guy has the cloth or the sheet over the TV and he kind of peeks under and then he's like, that's how I feel right now. Like I'm watching, but I can barely watch. I'm like, it's one of those games where it's just heart beating out of your chest half the time. But this is why we watch, right? Manchester United on the ball at the moment. Letitia over to Riviere, trying to advance into the attacking half. Does so now. Ball pops out for a throw in for Wolfsburg just inside their own half. So both teams trying to get some sort of foothold in the beginning of the second half here. By the way, we got looks like 14 or so watching. If you could please hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Awujo fouled. Free kick for Manchester United into another yellow card. Yellow card for, was that Pettimores? Yes. Pettimores. The girl with the 2 goals for Wolfsburg, Pettimores, gets a yellow card as well. She is collecting everything today. Goals, cards, what next? Ziggiatti and Sandberg stand over the dead ball. It's Ziggiatti who puts it into the box. Johannes comes out to collect. Throws it out to the restart. For the restart, excuse me. Wolfsburg running it out of their back line. Linder on it now for Wolfsburg. Hoot dumps it in. Bergstein was there, and we almost went down 4-2. Almost. Because Milton Patel did not have that covered. She did not have that covered if that was on target. Oh, man. But do you see what we need in terms of player personnel? Let me just start that conversation briefly. You see what we need, right? There's just this bit of athleticism that other teams have that we're missing just a little bit of. Like we've got technically good players, but when we come up against a team who can really, run and is strong, we struggle a bit. We don't quite have the athletes. There's a player down for both teams. Mallard's down for Manchester United. I can't tell who's down for Wolfsburg. Mallard's holding her calf, looks like. Hmm. Mallard protesting to the referee that there should be some sort of foul or card there. Pop again was the aggressor. Pop is. I've watched her play over the years. She is. She's a bit of a mountain. She's a bit of a she's a battler, a warrior. You know, and she's got that look about her too. It's just like don't mess with me kind of thing. Out of bounds on Miyazawa throw in for Wolfsburg. Both players obviously back to their feet now, so we are back 11 on 11. Never mind, a Wolfsburg player is down now. There are two Wolfsburg players down. I don't know what's going on in this match. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's cold weather or what. But now Pop is down holding her knee. And I don't know if that was a non contact injury or what. And then Berenstein's looking like she's in some discomfort as well. One of those matches where bodies are just hitting the floor. So while we're on a break here, while Pop receives some treatment, let me just put a different question in the chat. It's like Pop is up and off the pitch. So Wolfsburg are down to 10 at the moment. Sundberg tried to clear, couldn't quite. Second bite at the cherry, still not. Ball falls for Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, Miyazawa intercepts. Dangerous passing back there by Manchester United, but somehow we're getting away with it. That ball is played off of Miyazawa out for a throw in almost an identical position for Wolfsburg. Raffo helps out defensively, tries to play it off of Wolfsburg player, but somehow it bounces back off of her. Pop trying to get back on the pitch. She's back on now. Hobbling a bit, but back on the pitch. Throwing right to her, right into the action. Cross dealt with by Wujo. Manchester United now on the ball. Back to Milton Patel. She plays it out to Riviere. Riviere uses her speed, comes to the middle of the pitch, center circle, fouled again, looks like. Sandberg recovers over to Toon. Toon slight mishandle, but recovers it. Toon back to Sandberg. Sandberg under pressure, going back towards her own goal. Finds Janssen. Janssen to Milton Patel, who's under pressure again. Milton Patel this time clears it properly. Wolfsburg win that header. Bergstein brings it down under no real challenge. Don't know why. Bergstein versus Sandberg. Trying to find a way past, cannot. Has to recycle the ball. Hoot on the ball. She's a judge. She'll have been fouled by Toon. Oh, a little bit breathless there for a second. Wasn't sure which way the ball was going to fall. Pop is down again. I think she needs to come off the pitch. Pop is down at the moment. So we got a break in action here. Players are getting some fluids on board. And it looks like Pop is coming off. And Latvine's coming on for Wolfsburg, for Alexandra Pop, who's coming off. I tell you what, once you get to the other side of 30, those knocks you don't walk those off as easily. Believe me, I know. In your 20s, you hop up, you run it off. In your 30s, you're like, that still hurts. I'm gonna sit this one out. Latvine on. Ball into the box from Wolfsburg. Not quite clear for Manchester United. A little back and forth. Wolfsburg knocks it back to their defender, who tries to dump it back in, but that is deflected by Riviere. Wolfsburg now on the ball. See, only Mallard's pressing by herself, and I feel like that's a waste. Like, if we're going to press, we need to press as a team. We can't just have Mallard running around burning her energy, pressing 4 players by herself. This is a throw in for Wolfsburg here, again, deep in United territory. Handball shot from Wolfsburg on Rolfo. Play on. Deep cross. Back post. That falls. Awuja tries to carry it clear. Can't quite. Awuja gives up the foul. I thought was a bit soft from the Wolfsburg player to go down like that, but, whatever. Bit of a soft call, but excuse me. Middleton Patel is trying to line up her wall. The players are lined up about even with the penalty spot. This is a free kick from Wolfsburg. Referee has to have a conversation with a couple players there. A few extracurricular activities going on in the box there. Toon and Miyazawa standing in the 2-woman wall. Ball in. Flicked on. Ooh. I thought that was goal number 4 for Wolfsburg again. Oh my goodness. That was a good save. That was a really good save from Lilta Patel. For as much flack as I've given her this game, that was a good save. She got down quick and early on that one. Hopefully that builds some confidence for her. That good save there. It's a corner kick now for Wolfsburg. Ball in. Far post. Bernstein swiped that but missed. She's gotten. She didn't quite shake Miyazawa. Miyazawa's still battling. Good work from Miyazawa there. Zighiati partially clears it, but here comes Wolfsburg right back down our right hand side. Rolfo on it. Rolfo gets it clear. Miyazawa out to Toon. Toon tries to find Awujo. Awujo, nice turn. Shakes off the defender. Tries to go down the line, but that's cut out by Wolfsburg right at the halfway line. All right, 2 changes. Galton and Parker coming on. Rolfo's coming off. So Rolfo's off. Galton's coming on. It was Toon, okay. I couldn't quite tell who came off. Toon. I mean, I did say Galton and Park, so hey, Mark Skinner, if you've got a position on that bench for me, just let me know. But no, but in all seriousness, like I said, um, although I thought Galton might come for Sandberg because of that yellow card, but hold that. Here comes Berg. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming because she knocked on the door 3 times this half, and now she's got her goal 4-2 Wolfsburg. I knew that was freaking coming. We kept letting her. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because she just barely missed a header, and then Milton Patel, you know, dug one out to save it, and then she swiped at another corner kick and just barely missed it. So like, she was knocking. She was knocking on that door. Berenstein. Have to retake the kickoff after the goal. I guess something, some sort of infringement from somebody. Here we go. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the players were thinking, but I mean, honestly, on that last goal, Berenstein for Wolfsburg, she just she turned well, dribbled, kept the ball close, put it back in the net. So honestly, like, it wasn't even like we weren't trying to defend her. It's just that we just, again, we struggle when we play against athletes. If I'm being honest, I keep saying it. We struggle when we play against athletes. And I know what you're saying, but they're all athletes. Yes, they're all athletes, but you know what I mean. Like, when we come up against players who are just like strong and fast, we don't quite have the players that can really deal with that apart from a couple. There's an offsides call there on Wolfsburg, just across the halfway line. Manchester United now on the ball. Good work from Riviera to keep that in and to evade the defender. Can't quite evade the second defender from Wolfsburg. That is out of bounds for a United throw. 68th minute. So there's still time. There's still time for anything to happen in this match. And Jess Park is on the pitch, as is Leah Galton. So anything could happen. Tigres. I haven't watched many of the Liga MX women's games. But yeah, who's top of that league right now? Is it Tigres? I thought Pachuca was doing well at one point. Well, Tigres is yeah, Pachuca's second. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah, Pachuca's second. Yeah, it's like there's such a drop off though. Like after you get past America, like there's like such a drop off in that league because Toluca downwards is like the goal differential is insane for Tigres, Pachuca, America. But I tell you what though, to your point, Jose, I would like to see um, some sort of Club World Cup, like on the women's side. Because I feel like I feel like it's not really a thing. I feel like it was at one point. Um, though they tried something. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The event. Yeah, for the women, it says the event was originally planned for 2026. So they were trying to put together a women's club World Cup, but now it's been delayed to 2028 because yeah, I mean there's a lot of talk between who the dominant women's league is in WSL, WSL, or even um, Liga MX Femenil. J2387. Yeah, Toon hasn't played well for about 6 to 7 games straight now. Has anyone noticed? Yeah, I've quietly noticed that. I Sometimes you feel kind of bad about speaking down about, a club legend, so to say. I know she's still young and it's kind of early to say legend at that age, but she's had so many appearances for us. I feel like she's been around for so long now, and she's at number 7. But yeah, she hasn't been great. And this goes back to my point earlier about athletic ability from some of our players. Like we've got some players who are technically good, but if you put them in a foot race or they've got to kind of use a bit more muscle, I think we're lacking that a little bit. I think we're lacking that a little bit. And Toon's one of the players who I feel like particularly lacks that strength and speed. Um, and she's one of the ones who I've seen force a number of passes, not only this game, but previous games, where I'm like, why are you forcing the ball there? So I hate to say it about her, but J2387, I agree with you. She's not been great. She's not been great. Wolfsburg had made a change there. Zikai on for it looks like Bussy, Pusey, not sure how you pronounce that. Milton Patel is down, holding her left heel. I'm not sure what's happening with Milton Patel. I'm not sure what happened and why she's down, but she was trying to get to her left foot. I'm not sure what's going on there. Right now, while she's down getting some treatment, both teams have run over to the benches to grab some fluids and get some instruction from the managers. 73rd minute here. It looks like Milton Patel is back on her feet. Maybe it was just some discomfort in her boot and not an injury. I hope not. All right, so goal kick for Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg try to go up the right hand side, or their left hand side, our right hand side. Riviere intercepts. Ziggiati on the ball now. Wolfsburg puts that out for a corner kick for Manchester United. Williams and George on. Sandberg's coming off. And Wujo's off. So George and Williams on. Let me type that out for you guys. Sandberg. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I thought we had a bit of a chance there for a minute. Wolfsburg on the ball at the moment. So we've got George, Janssen, Letitia, Riviere, Zigiati, Miyazawa, um, Galton, Williams. I think I said George already. And Park is on. So that's our 11 right now. And George is playing left back, which was a little bit of a concern. I said at halftime, I prefer her at center back. Don't love her playing left back, but we'll see. It's out of bounds for Wolfsburg through. You know, the other thing I was going to say at halftime, and I kind of forgot because I got caught up saying other stuff. This run of poor form is coming at probably one of the worst times um, for Manchester United. And I said this at the end of my match preview. Um, and if you'd missed it, just go back and watch the last like 5 minutes or so of it. But basically, a lot of eyes have turned, a lot more eyes have turned to women's football in general in the past, I would say, month or so. And in particular, Manchester United, because Jess Park burst onto the scene. She was doing bits, and the women were winning. And, you know, a lot of the big media outlets started putting more attention onto women's football, and in particular, Manchester United, right? And now that more eyes are turned to it, now the results aren't coming. And I'm like, you know, and I said this in my match preview. It's like if your boss goes away for 2 hours and they come back, whatever you were doing when they came back is what they assume you've been doing the whole time. So, like, if you're working on something the whole time and then in the last minute you decide to look down and check your phone, your boss probably thinks you were playing on your phone the whole time when they come back and see you on your phone, even though it's just for 30 seconds. And so I feel like now that the eyes are on Manchester United women and women's football in general, and we're losing, despite the records being out there in black and white, people are thinking, oh, yeah, see, this is, they're not a good team, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, and kind of start downing the women a little bit. So I won't get too much in the soapbox on that one, but it's crap timing for us to hit this poor run of form and these losses and whatnot, and these poor performances. So Wolfsburg have the ball at the moment, into the box. Milton Patel comes out and actually gets a fist to it, punches it away, does well. It is essentially a goal kick for Milton Patel. I mean, it's right there outside of that little box, right? So Leticia tracking back, goes to Milton Patel, who clears it. Nice touch from Williams. Park over to George. George finds Miyazawa. Miyazawa finds Leticia. Leticia looks like she was half asleep back there, wasn't expecting that pass, and gives it up to Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg appears to be offsides. Yeah, she was definitely offsides. The ref finally raised her flag there. Yeah, clear offsides there. 80th minute coming to a close here. Ball flicked on, but that is then helped on by Wolfsburg to their keeper. Malai looks frustrated. Ball dumped to the box, headed away by Wolfsburg. They try to come the other way, but that is cut out by Janssen just across the halfway line. Janssen plays it over to Riviere. Nice ball. Riviere down line is Zaghiati, who's everywhere. Miyazawa. Find George. There you go. Or Janssen. That's fine. Park. Back to Janssen. Back to Park. Park trying to find a way through. George. Galton tried a little flick over to Park. Galton down line. She finds Park eventually. Park dancing with the ball a little too much at the moment, trying to find a way through. Now Wolfsburg have way too much space into our box. Cross. Oh my goodness. Okay. If they were, if Wolfsburg were a little bit more awake and alert to their chance, it would be 5. Oh man. Let me check the other games too, just very quickly. Oh, Leon made it 3-2 now. So Leon have fought back. Later today, Arsenal play Madrid. Paris FC plays Benfica. Valerenga plays St. Polten. That's later today. Tomorrow we've got PSG Bayern, Oud Heverly Leuven versus Roma, and Chelsea versus Barcelona. That Chelsea Barcelona match, that's going to be a good one. I might cover that one. I might cover that one just because that's going to be a good match. Subscribe and turn on your notifications to find out if I cover Chelsea Barcelona. I think I might. Nelson coming on for Miyazawa. Wolfsburg making a change as well. Or no, they're not. I thought they were. The angle they showed, like the girl was running off the pitch. I'm trying to think. I think we're headed into the international break after this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're on break until December 7th, where we face West Ham. Then we've got Lyon 3 days later. Then Spurs, then Juventus, then Arsenal, then Villa again. Man. 84th minute, though. 84th minute. Riviere to throw into the box. That's headed away by Wolfsburg, but not far enough. Letitia Riviere tries to get down the end line, cuts it back to Letitia. Letitia puts the ball into the box. Oh, come on. That's soft. That's soft. George is just stronger. Not that bad of a foul. I mean, come on, come on, come on. Johannes goes long for Wolfsburg. They win the first ball, but looks like Nelson won the second ball. Goes back to Letitia. Letitia over to Janssen. Janssen takes a touch forward. Finds Zaghiati in the middle of the pitch. Zaghiati out to Riviere. Riviere back to Letitia. Letitia goes back to Manutd Patel, who took a bit of a loose touch there and then plays it out of bounds. Hmm. Mm-hmm. It's out of bounds for a corner kick for Wolfsburg. 87th minute. Let's at least get one more goal to make it like close. At least have a respectable looking scoreline. Ball in, headed away. Can't tell who headed it last. Looks like Williams headed it last over the bar for another corner kick. Another corner kick, Wolfsburg. And swinger. Flag goes up for some sort of foul or something. Might have been a foul on Manutd Patel. I think it was Zik guy who fouled Manutd Patel. She goes along with that kick. Williams comes away with the ball. George pings it off of a Wolfsburg player. Looks like Huth. 3 changes incoming for Wolfsburg. Williams on the ball. Williams looked the other way. That's a throw in for Manchester United. Pausing now for the changes. Pettimores, Linder, and Huth are off for Wolfsburg. Keelan, Vedemeyer, Endemann are on for Wolfsburg. Pettimore is one of the players coming off, is the one that scored 2 goals for Wolfsburg. '89th minute here. Thrown from George, headed out by Wolfsburg. This is a throw in deeper into Wolfsburg territory. She goes to Williams. Manchester United throw in. Ziggy to take. She throws to Park. Ziggy does well to keep that. Galton. Ziggy, nice move. Offsides. Who was offsides? Okay, she was offsides. Ziggy there. Okay. All right. Question in the chat: who is your player of the match for Manchester United? Let me know what you guys think. Who's your player of the match for Manchester United? 8 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. Milton Patel comes off her line. I don't know what she's doing. Oh my goodness. Fortunately, no goal was scored or has been scored at this moment by Wolfsburg. But I don't know why Milton Patel came off her line that far to try and deal with that. Ooh, Galton just took a ball right in the face. And she's down. That looked like that hurt. That looked like that hurt. Oof. Off the side of the head. Ouch. Oh, she's down. Oof. Looks like she's getting back to her feet. That was a hard blow to the side of the head. That was point blank. So that was Wendy Renard has made it 3-3. Um, so Lyon and Juventus are tied 3-3. Galton still being tended to at the moment. Like she's up now, walking off the pitch, making sure there's no further issues there. But yeah, let me know who your player of the match is for Manchester United thus far. I'll tell you at the end of the match who I think. But we still got about 5 minutes left to play here because there was a lot of stoppage time added for this half. I feel like some of that was from the first half, to be honest. Um, because the first half was only like what 4 minutes, I think, stoppage time, and I thought that should have been probably 5 or 6 minutes. So I kind of feel like maybe this is a little bit of a, I don't know, makeup time, I guess. Riviere fouled. Thank you, referee. Sigiati standing over it to take the kick. Ball is into the box. Good ball in. Oh, George had all day on that. Well, I shouldn't say all day, but she had a clear sight of goal on that one. That should have been on target. That should have been on target. She was clear and free. That was such a good ball in from Ziggiati. George should have finished that. At least put it on frame and challenge Johannes. Mallard called for a foul there. I feel like both players are kind of grabbing each other. Header won by Ziggiati. There's a scrap for it on the touchline there. Throw in Manchester United. Riviere to take. Riviere goes down line. Looking for Mallard. Ball still pinging around. Riviere does well to come away with it. Oh, dangerous pass back to Manutd Patel. Bad pass from Riviere. That's Riviere's fault. That's Riviere's fault. That was a bad back pass. That's 5-2. Damn it. Riviere did so well to come away with that ball. She did well to come away with it. And then she had no option forward, so she played a blind back pass to Manutd Patel. And Wolfsburg were on top of it. That's all Riviere's fault on that pass. Because she was looking down at the ball. She didn't even look back up to see. Oh, this is a bad defeat. This is a bad loss. This is 5-2. This is bad. This is bad. About a minute and a half left here. I know some of you probably on your way out. On your way out, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you were new. Ball in. Punched away by Johannes. Park managed to keep that ball in. Ziggiatti takes a shot wide. Oh. About 20 seconds left at this point. One last kick. Probably, because that was a foul right at the 8th minute of stoppage time on Ziggiatti. So this is probably the last kick of the ball here, to be honest, into the box. Ball into the box. Nelson, shot blocked. Oh, we still play on a little bit. Riviere, put it in the box, into the box. Head of the way. Still bouncing in the box. Cannot get the ball clear at the moment. Wolfsburg finally bring it away. Still playing on. About a full minute past the 8. Wolfsburg, here they come. Still Wolfsburg. Ziggiatti finally puts the ball out of play and the player out of play. Berenstein is down for Wolfsburg. I feel like referee blows the whistle after this one. After she gets up. I mean, there's no point in playing on anymore. It's 5-2. Yeah, girl Gafford, you said it. There will be tears. There will be tears because I mean, this was an embarrassing defeat, to be honest. but it just kind of lays bare what we need in this squad in terms of personnel. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I was surprised that Juventus were up 3-0 at halftime on Lyon. Because Lyon, like I said, they look like they might win it all this season. They really look unstoppable. Um, and so yeah, that game ended 3-3, Lyon and Juventus. Bernstein is coming off. I appreciate those of you who have stuck through this because man, throw in for Wolfsburg. That's it. That's the game. Okay, so we got spanked just now. Absolutely spanked. No nice way to put it. I mean, just a bunch of bad mistakes, honestly. A bunch of bad mistakes. Um Rain and Shine will stick around for tears. Yeah, I know, I know. Um Let me just get through the stats really quickly here. 5-2. Um Mallard and Rolfo had the United goals. Enderman, Bernstein had two, and Pidamores had two for Wolfsburg. So that is your 5-2 scoreline. The possession stayed right at 50-50, to be honest. I mean, it's showing 51-49, but that's like a pass or two, right? So possession honestly was 50-50. Three big chances for Wolfsburg, two for United, 13 shots for Wolfsburg, eight for United. Seven corner kicks for Wolfsburg, two for United. 16 tackles for Wolfsburg versus nine for United. I think that stat is a little bit telling, actually. Again, I'll read it again. 16 tackles for Wolfsburg, nine for United. Um, 2-1 in yellow cards. Wolfsburg had six shots on target. United had four. They hit the woodwork once. Wolfsburg had 19 touches in the opposition box. United had eight. Um, so look, honestly, that game just laid bare some personnel issues. Obviously, there is a quite a bit of a drop off from Fallon to Militant Patel Safi. You know, she's not ready to me to be starting games, but again, who else do we have? Again, I've not seen Rendell play, so I can't even comment on her. But Militant Patel, her angles were off on the back passes. So we gave up two silly goals, if you ask me. Um, and then we just we don't have the athletes in this team, and I keep saying it, and you guys probably think I'm silly to say it, but just again, even look across at Wolfsburg, look at them, look at Lyon, look at Barcelona, look at even Chelsea to an extent. We've got technically sound players, but we don't have enough that just have that extra bit of quickness, that extra bit of athleticism, the extra bit of I don't know what you'd call it other than just the word athleticism, but you know what I mean when you watch, right? Like you can see where a player might take a few steps to turn around versus they're able to just quickly shift. And we're just missing a little bit of that. And I've noticed it all season long. And especially now that as I watch some of the other top women's teams around, Europe, um, we're just missing a bit of that extra quickness. right? And the reason why I mentioned the other teams around Europe is because obviously we're trying to compete on the European stage, right? We're trying to go beyond just competing domestically. And so if we're going to compete on the European stage and win any silverware or even challenge for silverware, and then also domestically too, like we need that extra bit of athletic edge. And like I keep harping on it because I know we're getting close to January, and that's what we need. We've got technically sound players, but we need someone who can move a bit more, who have that extra bit of quickness, who have that extra bit of speed, the extra bit of strength, because there were too many times where I saw that we were outpaced to the ball, or we weren't quick enough to catch up with our own passes. We were muscled off the ball at times. Even some of our stronger players were muscled off the ball quite easily at times. Um, and just a little bit like that quick reaction, that quick bit of reaction, that quick bit of, like I said, athleticism that you need sometimes to get that extra toe on the ball or to get that extra bit of stability in your shot. Like we just don't have it in this team, and that's what we need in January. Now we're going into the international break. We're back, I think, December 7th. I think against West Ham, I think it was that we have to play next. So the girls are going away again to the national teams, but we have got some work to do in the transfer window. We've got some work to do, and we need Fallon back ASAP because every single corner kick gets dumped on top of Middleton Patel. Every single one. Just watch all our last games where she's played. They intentionally target her because she's 5'4". And even the long shots, right? They were on target. They weren't necessarily rockets. They were just put into the corners where she couldn't get there because she, again, is not the tallest goalkeeper. Um, I don't really know what else to really say about the match other than disappointing, and it's a crap way to go into a break, right? It's like, and it absolutely sucks as a player to, let's just call it what it is, get your ass handed to you like that, and then have to go away and not be able to play for like 2 weeks or so, right? Like you are ready to come back. Like honestly, like when I played, I'm sure when you played too, or any sport, if you got beat like that or didn't play well, you're almost ready to play another game right then and there, or another, or the next day, because you want to get back and show what you can do and how well you can play. So this is a crap time for this kind of loss to occur, to go into the break, to have 2 weeks off. Yes, they're going to their national teams, but I mean, this will be in the back of your mind. This will be in the back of your mind even when you're with your national team, because you have to come back to this, right? No trophy like man, you or women, you never again up to 5 years. I think I understood that. Yeah, yeah. I think you're trying to say we're not going to win a trophy anytime soon for men or women. Yeah, playing like that on both sides. No, no, we're not. We're not. And that's disappointing. So anyway, I won't go on and on and on too long about it. You guys saw it, or you heard it, or you followed the stats and whatever on the game. So you saw we we need reinforcements. We need reinforcements. Honestly, we need some maybe even some starters, right? Like I think J2387, you said it earlier about Tune, and Girl Gaffer. I think you said it too on one of the first matches where you joined us. You were saying that Tune is slow. I think you said it as well. And yeah, it's kind of laid bare, right? She just muscled off the ball, outpaced to the ball, wasn't quite quick enough. So yeah, that's what we need in January. Some more athletic players. Um, I mean, and we need to be able to play a different style too. You know, I feel like we have kind of been found out a little bit. So I don't know, disappointing, disappointing. Like I said, I'll probably do the Chelsea Barcelona game tomorrow, unless I've got other stuff that comes up. I'll probably try and cover that one tomorrow. So please do subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. The men are back in action this weekend as well. On, was it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. Saturday, Manchester United men versus Everton. So I will be doing a watch along for that as well. As you know, I cover both men's and women's on this channel. So lock it in here, subscribe, turn notifications, and please hit that like button on your way out. I'm going to go, I don't know, sit and think and stare out the window after that loss because yikes. Yikes. Anyway, till next time, guys. Peace.